Chris Canty, another guy from ESPN, former player, says it's time to pay him.
There's no question about it. I'm paying Baker Mayfield, and guess what? The sooner I do it, the cheaper it'll be, especially when you put it into perspective when those other quarterbacks in the 2018 draft class, Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, are in lines with deals, and they figure to get those at some point during this summer. Listen, Baker showed you throughout the course of last season that he's capable of being able to take this team to the playoffs and win a playoff game on the road. And he had the Kansas City Chiefs on the ropes, and that was the team that represented the conference in the Super Bowl. So when you look at the landscape of this conference, I mean, the Cleveland Browns are on the short list of teams that have to be looked at as the favorite. The only question is whether or not Baker Mayfield can elevate his team's play to the level that you see from Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes. That's the only thing left to be seen. But if I'm Andrew Berry, I'm trying to get that deal done now. The sooner that happens, the more flexibility I have to keep this championship window open.
And Jeff Risdon, BrownsWire.com. Again, I agree with what he's saying. I starting to sound like a broken record a little bit, but
he makes good. Again, you got to get it done, and the price tag's only going to go up whether Baker plays well or doesn't play well. He's still going to get the same extension. Now, if he plays better, that price tag only goes up. So you've got to get it done. Again, the sequencing is very important. This is how Jared Goff got paid so much by the Los Angeles Rams, because they waited a little bit. And the price tag went up, and it wound up, biting them because they overpaid for him. I don't think you can overpay for what Baker Mayfield offers this team, because I agree with Canty. I agree with what we were just talking about, where the high end is there for Baker Mayfield. This is a guy who can lead the Browns to multiple playoff wins in the same season. I think he proved that last year, and I think as we talked about with the stability factor earlier in the show, everything lines up for Baker to have a phenomenal season. And if he has that, again, the price tag's only going up. You've got to pay him now. Get it done as soon as possible. Get it done before other people get into his ear, like, hey, maybe you should think about trying to get out of Cleveland. You might find more money somewhere else. I don't think Baker Mayfield is completely motivated by the money. I think he likes to prove people wrong, and I think winning in Cleveland would prove a lot of people very wrong. And I think that's something that sort of mitigates what we worried about in the last segment, where maybe if he gets paid, he's there's things that are there that he won't be driven. I don't buy that really. I do think that he's going to find a way to do it, and I think the way that Cleveland has embraced him and believed in him is enough that he's going to try to repay that, and also take it out on all the people who are still doubting. And there are still plenty of doubters that are out there, and there will always be that fuel. Whether he's paid or not. But yeah, like Canty said, and Canty's a guy who would know, because he played on a couple of teams where they didn't pay the quarterbacks, and it came back to bite them. Yeah, he's speaking from experience there. Go out, pay Baker, get it all done, take the drama away, put the drama somewhere else. It will certainly pop up. There's enough talent on this team, enough interesting personalities with talent on this team, that something else will come up to take that spotlight away. Right now, nothing's really happening, and that's great, by the way. I love not having to talk about Odell Beckham being in Monte Carlo, or something weird going on with Myles Garrett, bench pressing a college student or something like that. You don't have to worry about any of those things this summer. It's been nice and quiet, and that's one of the reasons why we're so stressed out about Baker Mayfield and the contract extension that I think we all agree he's probably going to get sooner than later.